Why is inner reflection so important? And what techniques do you use? So let's look at one word at a time, okay? Because sometimes when we see a whole sentence, we don't really recognize the word. So let's first use the word inner. Then we will study the word reflection. So we have two experiences of the world. One is the experience that comes through the sense doors. The six sense doors or seven, depends on how you count: taste, touch, sight, smell, and all of that, the sensory experience. That is the experience of the world outside, warm or cold, delicious or not delicious, great fragrance, not great fragrance. That is the external world. A lot of the time in life we spent engaging with the experience of the sensory world outside. A lot of our feeling about how good we feel or don't feel comes from external interaction, the world outside of us. Now, how many of you have this experience that you see something not so pretty and you feel, I don't like it? Or the traffic of Mexico City. Ah, my God, this is so bad. And what happens when you see something really beautiful? You say, wow, this is so nice. What that does is the source of our joy and our suffering, locus of control of both is external. It comes from the sense doors. So we are continuously building and perfecting our relationship with interaction with the external world. What does inner mean? Inner means going within ourselves. Who am I? Why do I feel the way I feel? Who am I becoming? What is the source of my beliefs? What is the source of my likes and dislikes? Do I have any choice in the matter? That I have a judgment that I like this, I don't like this. How did I get it? How might I be free from this? What is the source of my habits? What is the source of my ways of being? Turning the camera inwards is very difficult. Most people want to spend time with their family, loved ones, friends, hanging out. Hanging out with yourself is hard. The moment you have 10 minutes free, Instagram comes up and scrolling starts. Or the earpods go in and listening to something happens. So the capacity to spend time with yourself, the capacity to notice inside you becomes reduced over a period of time. Let me ask you, how many of you, as a routine practice, spend the time getting to know yourself again every day? Human beings are not fixed object with properties. This is the length, this is the breadth, this is the height. That's why human beings are not called human things. They're called beings. Being means you are a live, breathing entity that is being birthed moment by moment by moment. Our being is a function of our choices about who we are and who we are becoming. So, when do you become a parent? When the kid is born, or the day you get the news that you are now going to be a parent? When does the excitement of vacation start? When you arrive there, or when you book the vacation? Correct, when you start to find it, even before that. So, it's not only who we are already, but who we are becoming. What we've experienced already, but what we are actively seeking out to experience. Every moment lived in the present is a moment in future that we visualized and created before it came to the present. We lived it, and now it's deposited in the past as a memory. So, inner reflection is about giving you agency about it, getting to know who I have become and what is my next step. Who am I becoming? What type of a being do I want to cultivate? Visualizing that and bringing it to your way of being in the here and now. So, inner reflection allows you to be more authentically in touch with who you really are, the weather inside your mind, the sensations inside your body, the valency of your feelings and thoughts. As you become more present to them, your capacity to create a future where there's a more wholesome version of that becomes possible. So, what are the techniques? Mindful pause, checking in with yourself. What is going on in my mind? What am I feeling? What are my sensations? What are my needs? What do I need right now? Using that before you launch into the next minute of your life will allow you to get present to living a life powerfully and living a life you love by creating it moment by moment. I promise to you, it's not as obvious to understand, but we live life on an automatic pilot. We take one step in front of the other. Martin Heidegger used to call it tranquilized obviousness. That means numb to how we are truly feeling, but doing what's obvious. thing to do. So most of our life is spent in tranquilized obviousness of life. Oh, I'm this old, I should do this, then I should do that, you should do that. Inner reflection allows us to break that cycle and get in touch with intentionally creating life moment by moment, breaking out of patterns that have control over us and inventing a new way of being.